Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They're going to look to throw, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 41 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On second down, here's Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Corey Davis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis.
No, Jack, Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuffs have put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Set. Green 39.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Get that quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Leopard!
Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from the desert after this. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And now here come the Cowboys. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing left side, it's complete. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Looking deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Slam. Take motion. Gun.
On 2nd down, Jackson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now it's Jackson. Uncorks one for Davis. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And his kick is right through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
It's complete to Fuller. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Powering his way forward. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
All right, now look at 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Dancing to his left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gun! All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Operating from the gun. Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And they'll run it here. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then gets it with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road.